What's up, all my actuals, droids, and Wookiees? It's Anna, also known as That Star Wars Girl, and today I'm going to be doing a review of Redo of Healer Episode 3. Now, if you missed my reviews of Episode 1 and Episode 2, the links are in the description of this video. It'll say, you know, in big caps letters, watch these reviews first before watching this one. If you don't know what this show is about, that will give you a better idea of it. So, we start off with, I'm assuming like a day or two after where we left off in episode 2. And so basically our characters, he's explaining how they're going to be leaving town. And, you know, obviously Princess Cuntface had her memory wiped. We learned that at the end of episode 2. And so she doesn't know who she is. She doesn't know that she's, you know, the princess. And she doesn't remember any of the terrible shit that she did to him. So he renamed her. Her name is now Freya. And she's his little innocent, loyal companion. And obviously he's smirking about that. And then we see the poster for the captain of the guard, and the captain of the guard is wanted because he is the one that they are blaming for the princess's death, because the way that he set it up at the end of episode 2 is that he basically faked her death so everyone thinks she died. And because he stole the face of the captain of the guard, the king and everyone else is assuming that he is in the guard's body, so they are looking for him. And then there's an announcement. Oh, okay, well, Princess Cuntface that he, you know, tortured and changed her memory, well, guess what? She has a younger sister named Norn. And Norn is coming back, and he needs to avoid her like the fucking plague, because she is the only one that knew that he, like, regained his sanity back in his first life. So he's like, this bitch is fucking bad business. You know, this chick, holy fuck, she was evil. You don't want to fuck with her in regular reality, but now that he's, you know, back in this alternate reality since he redid time, and now he's fucking with her to get back and get his revenge on her, but he wants to avoid this bitch at all costs. So we're made to think that she's gonna cause him some trouble. So he skips town, but he has a flashback, and so we are introduced to Sword, which is this character, and Bullet, and then this is Princess Cuntface. So this is his past life before he redid everything, and so these are the people that he wants to get revenge on. He's already getting his revenge on Princess Cuntface, but Sword and Bullet are going to be, you know, the ball of the news for the next few minutes, because he starts remembering them and why he wants to get revenge on him. And we actually find out that not only is this a flashback, but this is a dream he's having. So this is Sword and this is Bullet, and they had just done some kind of battle, and, you know, they're calling on him, and they obviously all hate him. Like, just look at their faces. They're like, we don't like him. And then it cuts over to this other scene. Now, I posted this on Twitter because I was like, oh my god. So, as you know, if you watch the other 2 reviews, they got him addicted to drugs so that way they could control him. And they like to torment him and torture him with these drugs. Princess Cuntface did it the most. You know, we saw as she treated him like a dog, and she poured it on the floor, and she made him like arf and beg like a dog and lick it up off the floor like a dog. And as he's licking it, she, you know, smashes his face into the floor with her fucking boot. Now, she's got the drugs in her hand, and she starts pouring it down into her nether regions, into her lady bits, and she makes him, you know, because he's addicted to the drugs and he wants the drugs, and she makes him get the drugs, you know, a certain X-rated way. Now, me watching it, and I can't show these images in this video, I'm watching it, I'm like, girl, he would have done that regardless of the drugs being down there. I mean, you know, I'm sure he didn't get all of it, and now you got that stuff up in your lady bits, and you don't have running water or plumbing because you're in tents. You're gonna have to clean that shit a different way. I was like, he would have done it regardless of the drugs being down there, and he obviously gets he gets excited the way that men do sometimes, and she gets pissed off, and she says, how dare you, I'm royal, but he got excited after cleaning the drugs up out of her lady bits with his tongue, so he obviously got excited, and she's disgusted by that, and she starts laughing and smashing him in his excited places. So, he's in pain, and he, like, hobbles out, and he's naked, and he's holding his clothes, and he's just completely, like, broken and defeated, and, you know, just beaten, and I think he's probably wishing that they have ice or electricity that could, you know, create an ice-making machine, so that way he could ice his balls. But, you know, we see Sword, and Sword is fucking pissed. We learn then that Sword is actually a lesbian, and she's got, you know, a lady boner for Princess Cuntface, and she's fucking pissed, because she's like, you filthy, this word, how dare you, you know, touch Princess Cuntface. She is a princess, and you're basically this filthy animal. But remember, the lesbian thing comes into play. She, you know, she wishes that she could be the one licking the drugs out of Flair's nether regions. So she starts beating the shit out of him with a fucking stick. And then when he's, you know, too weak to fight back, she gets on top of him and starts licking the inside of his mouth and starts fondling his excited, abused nether regions, because she wants to get all of the juices that were from Princess Cuntface's stuff and areas. So she starts trying to lick the taste out of his mouth, and then she's disgusted because he's a man, and she beats the shit out of him and says that she'll kill him, and she just leaves him all disgusted, and she's disgusted at herself because she touched a man, and men are gross. Yeah. And then we get to see Bullet. Now, Bullet, I would say, is the most loving out of the bunch, out of the abuse that he receives. And I wasn't kidding when I said, you know, they drug him, they use his addiction to drugs to control him, they sexually abuse him, and they physically abuse him along with the sexual abuse. So, Bullet is a big, strong man, and we find he's got an affinity for the youthfulness that he has. And so, you know, I love you, I'm sorry, I love you, I'm sorry, as you can kind of assume what is going on in this. And, you know, as he's beating him, strangling him, showing his appreciation with his nether regions and his nether regions. And then we get to see, oh, just when you think it can't get any worse and twisted, it fucking does. Then he's like strangling him and looking at his face and talking about, oh, your face is so beautiful and young, but it's gonna get old. Maybe you know, if you die, I can keep your face all young and beautiful, as he's crying and, you know, rapping him and talking about killing him and keeping his face. And then, you know, he wakes up, obviously, because this is a nightmare. It's a nightmare flashback, and he's like, ah! And then, you know, Princess Cuntface, she doesn't have any memory of what happened, so she's like, are you okay? And then he's like, yo, I'm glad that I had that bad dream, because it's reminding me of why I'm doing this, why I'm going out and getting my revenge, why I'm so fucked up in the mind and twisted and evil, why I redid time so I can go back and get my revenge on these fucking assholes that robbed me, that drugged me, that beat the ever-living fucking shit out of me and tortured me for years. So, he's all demented and happy. And he's like, hey, I already got one. I got one, but I'm coming for these fucking assholes. So, you know, he's got their faces seared into his mind, and that is his motivation. So he's, you know, plotting his revenge. And so then, on one of the steps of revenge is they go into this town, and then they see that the people, you know, it's chaos, people are beating the shit out of each other, but then also there's a lot of sick people, and, you know, they're having, you know, lunch, and he uses his eye to see that the water is poison, and people, even though if you're drinking the water, it slowly is gonna, you know, be affecting people, but he can see it. And so some people that have been drinking the water, you know, for a long time, time, they are already showing the effects. So he uses his blood to create an antidote because he drinks the poisoned water. He heals himself and he uses his blood to create this antidote. Then he tells Princess Cuntface that they need to go find a merchant, a trusted merchant in the town. And so he sells the merchant, or he's like, I have the antidote to this to this bad pandemic that we're having. And to prove it, the merchant's assistant was suffering from the illness, and so was he. So he has him try it, and they're like, oh my god, it works! Here is all of our gold! So he works out this deal with the merchant to bring him the medicine. He gets all of this gold. And then Princess Cuntface is like, why don't you just sell it and cut out the middleman? And he's like, because I'm a stranger, we need to have the trusted source selling it to the people because they won't buy it from me, they'll buy it from him. And also reasons that, he doesn't really elaborate, but honestly, people that have common sense kind of understand the gist. And then what does he use the money for? I want a slave. So he takes Princess Cuntface to the slaver, and she gives this line before they go in. She's like, well, slavery is wrong. Why would you, want to do that to someone? And he's like, wow, that's ironic coming from you, fucking bitch. And he explains to her that an explorer won't be loyal to him, but he's going to go and get a slave, find out what this slave wants, tell them that he is the vessel that will get them what they want, so that way he can get their loyalty and basically have an unchained slave to him. And then he doesn't like the slaves that they have, so they go down into the basement, and then they find this ice wolf chick. And, he sees her, and he's told, no, she's weak, she's sick, she's hard to control, you don't want her. He uses his magic eye to see her stats and sees that she is weak, but he can level her up, because remember, the hero juices that you can get allows you to break your level cap, and so you can level up with the hero juices, which he has an abundance of. So he basically tells her, and he sees, with his eye, that she's been hurt. Her people are at war, basically, and they're being attacked and, killed and sold off into slavery by the humans. So he's like, yo, if you come with me, I'm going to help you get your revenge. So he's already planting that seed that she's going to be his loyal slave. And he heals her. She passes out, and then he is just like, I can't wait to help her get revenge. And basically he sees that they're kindred spirits, and he leaves, and the end of the episode is him leaving with her as his new slave. So that is episode 3. It's a lot, and it shows some really fucked up stuff that I can't show because YouTube are pretty strict on those types of rules. But there's some intense rapping going on, and they do a really good job of making you fucking hate these characters. And I mean, again, if you were getting addicted to drugs, beaten and robbed every single fucking night, and getting the shit beat out of you on top of getting robbed and getting drugged and all of that, it kind of really, it's like there's no one in the show that has any redeeming qualities whatsoever. So it's hard to root for people, but at the same time, it's like, wow, I fucking hate this person, but, the revenge, it's like, I hope you get what you deserve because you're a fucking asshole. And, it's just the beginning of his little revenge story. So even though there was no revenge really happening except for with Princess Cuntface and her being brainwashed and all of that, this was a setup episode for what's to come. So it lets you know these are who these assholes are, and we're fucking coming for you. So that is episode 3. If you liked this review, go ahead and smash the like button. If you didn't, that's okay too. Thank you so much for watching this far through. And until next time, everyone, I hope you have a great rest of your day, morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. And may the force be with you, because we are really, really, really gonna need it. Episode 4 review will be out soon, everyone. Have a great rest of your day. What's up, everyone? It's Anna, also known as That Star Wars Girl, and I have an Etsy store, so if you've ever wanted to own a print of my artwork, this is the place to go. As you can see, I have a lot of recognizable characters, from horror films to heroes to Star Wars characters. Some of the notable characters I have on here are Darth Vader, which I did a couple live streams painting, so you can own a print of this painting. I also have Luke Skywalker, the binary sunset version, one of my favorite favorite scenes in the original New Hope movie. I have Darth Maul, which Ray Parks himself actually complimented me on Instagram. And then last but certainly not least, Ahsoka Tano. So if you want to own any of these prints, go right on over to my Etsy store. Again, that's The Art of Anna, That Star Wars Girl, or TSWG for short. Thank you everyone and have a great rest of your day. What's up everyone? I have a P.O. box, so if you want to send me some mail, go ahead and send it to Anna, That Star Wars Girl, or TSWG for short, at P.O. Box number 28171, Santa Ana, California, 927998171. Have a great day everyone. Thank you so much.